something that turns down the Yaman. Morning.
Good morning. My name's Andy. I'm from the UK. I'm a musician.
Hard worker. We have no police officers and no photographers and no journalists. So our business stays. I beg your pardon. Lord Jesus have mercy. I want to ask Boomshot to turn the bus around. What happens on this bus did not occur.
But it's okay, he's not listening.
Morning. What's your name? How old are you? 12.
Alright.
Young man, the future journalist. What's your name? Dylan, how old are you? For example, the course that you do at university, we allow the students to pick that course from grade 9 of high school. And then you do the subjects, which one. Do you see it?
Yeah.
On your left, that old bridge. Yeah, man, it's called a Bengal bridge. Bengal. Could you say that? Bengal. B-E-N-G-A-L. Do you know what that means? If any British cannot tell me what that means, I'll be charging you £1 each. I repeat, what does the term Bengal Bridge means? You still don't have an answer? I'm shocked. It is the British that built 32% of those bridges in this country. I will be charging you £1 for that. A Bengal bridge is called a first come first served bridge. It is so narrow, the first person crossing it controls it. I will be charging the British £1 each for not having that. Do you think I'm unfair? I like your honesty. So welcome to St. Anne, the largest parish in the country, 3 times the size of Grand Cayman. It is the birthplace and burial ground for both Robert Nesta Marley, that you call Bob Marley, and Marcus Messiah Garvey, our first national hero. Does anyone know anything about Marcus Messiah Garvey on the bus? Can anyone tell me something about him? Yes? Your memory isn't bad at all, at all. See, this man knows what he's talking, so if I begin to talk rubbish, he will be correcting me. Let me help you out. He was born in the 1880s. He studied at Brunswick College in England, where he pursued a bachelor's degree in law and theology. He came back to Jamaica and he bought many boats to take back the black diaspora from the Western Hemisphere to Africa. He invested in education, in church, and he opened a trade school in Harlem. He was a prolific speaker. He was very motivational. He inspired people like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X. He wrote that you are twice defeated in a race called life if you don't believe in yourself. A nation that doesn't know where they're coming from has no knowledge of where they are going. What a wish. I promise to give it back. I was borrowing yours. I was trying to borrow his and he's telling mom he wants to borrow your shoe. Are you gymnastic? Because I would have asked him to just lift that foot. If you feel you can, try your best. Can you see the display of gymnastics here? Thank you. Now that's the appropriate thing. If you don't have that, let me explain. You may slip. It's $10 a pair, and it's cheaper to buy a pair of water shoes than to pay a medical bill. Yeah, man? Now, on your right, you pass some dark brown earth that they put on that ship, and it takes 3 days for that ship to be filled. I'll come back to the water shoes. Now, that soil from the middle of the country is called bauxite. That's what they get from it, which is transformed into alumina and further transformed into aluminium, which is used to make the sides of airplanes, cars, trucks, boats, galvanized roofs, wrapping foil paper that used to wrap the cake and the jerk chicken and the knives and forks that we use. Yeah, man? So that's where it comes from. The earth as bauxite, then transformed into alumina and further transformed into aluminium. Now the harbor has history. 2 aeroplanes from World War II and 3 boats from the 14th and 15th centuries combined. They offer a submarine tour serving red stripe air. The harbor across there, the buildings that you see when we're going back, the building of these buildings was influenced by Ian Fleming. Does that name ring a bell? I'll come back to you because keep your eyes on the right. Tell me if you see a blue or white building. Yeah, man? Right there? That's a free all-inclusive holiday inn we call the police station. Did you hear me? That's a free all-inclusive hotel we call the police station. You won't be needing money to get in, but you will be needing it to get yourself out. 3 free meals a day. No space for your wife to stay. You know when you're checking in, but you're not quite sure when you're checking out. Not my kind of property. I've visited those properties, but the farthest I've gone would be the reception area to bring food for those who check themselves in, if you know what I mean. Now Jamaica is 4,441 square kilometers, now divided into 14 parishes and further divided into 3 counties: Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey. Each parish in this country was named after somebody influential in England, except for Spanish Town, Clarendon, and Lucy. The town of Lucy is the only one where the town is not below sea level, and if the rain falls, the town floods. It was occupied by Germans, and the capital, the name of the parish is Hanover. That was named after somewhere in Germany where they make a lot of beer and wine. Are you bored of me as yet? No, you're not? Now Jamaica give 2 spirits. One you pay for, and the other you pray for, and they're always beside each other. That's a rum bar and a church. Yeah, one spirit you pay for, and then the other spirit you pray for. They're never far from each other. So Jamaica has a rum bar, a church, and a river for every square mile. You will be splashing and dashing today in 100% drinking water. Do you see how clean the water is? 40 US for a DVD of your climb, and 10 US for each photo you take. Would you like my plan B? Where you get the water shoes? Is there anyone who has a cell phone? Now, when we give you that stop, I don't expect any man to come back on this bus half drunk. Do remember you have 960 feet to climb. So if you get any liquor, you have it after you climb the falls. So if you feel like buying it, no problem, but you taste it after you climb the falls. Yeah, man? There is also a carving inside that gift shop. I do not expect any woman on this bus to buy. Are we clear? I don't think the woman understands me. There is a... So you have to turn back. The future Walmart on your left. 3, 2, 1, right. Here it is. Did you see it? Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that Walmart does not sell anything you're familiar with. They did say it's the future Walmart. Big drinks do start small. Now, this is Runaway Bay. So the Hispanics, the Indians ran away from the Spanish to get here. And then the Spanish ran away from the British to get here. So that's why this area is called Runaway Bay. It's walkable. There's a lot of food, a lot of parties, and people just enjoy themselves. Are you tired of me talking yet? No, I'm gonna go. Let me skip the history lesson for a while and go into the education for a while. Are you fine with that? You think that's tough? That is just the beginning. At age 6, you're in hell. You're doing 8 subjects and reading 5 books. At age 6, and each book has 200 pages. Age 8, you start worrying about life. Because you're doing 9 books here, it don't work like that. Back in that gentleman's time and my time and the driver's time, we did common entrance. You pick 3 high schools and your grades determines where you're going. The results were published in the newspaper. So if you didn't do well, all the nosy neighbor had to do was know your name, buy a copy of the paper, and they knew your business. 3 of my classmates committed suicide at age 11. So they stopped the exam. That way, so now you do the exams, but your parents go to the school to collect your results. The grades that takes you into any of the subjects, we are now taking you off the sports bus. So if you were supposed to go play soccer for the school, but you got 69.5 on a test, we are not rounding off that 0.5 to give you 70. You're not representing the school. Same emphasis you put on training, put it in the books. And no cell phones are allowed in our schools. You are not home lying down in your living room. You came to learn. Cell phones are distractions. You want to do a research on something? Try the library. Because when children have cell phones in a classroom, it is beyond disrupting. It is chaos. So you lock the cell phones at the school gate where you leave it. Are you like in Jamaica? And we give reports twice a year. On report day, he landed 25 minutes down the road, but the anchor from his boat is 25 minutes away from where he landed. I wondered how he got here. No, the traffic that you're seeing in front of us is caused by nosy Jamaicans. There is a Rastafarian restaurant that looks about sweet potato and cornmeal pudding, the way slaves make it. Ooh, you get a slice of that pudding and you put it in the middle of a plate of rum and raisin ice cream. Lord have mercy. I think I've said a lot since you came on the bus, haven't I? Yeah, man? Sorry? I haven't said enough. Now we have 6 national heroes and 1 heroine. Nanny of the Maroons who taught men to fight other men. We have had 1 female prime minister, Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller. Miss Miller, Alexander Bustamante, who was originally Alexander Clark, my grandmother's first cousin, and Percival James Patterson. All 3 came from Hanover and all 3 attended Rossi's High School, built in 1777, the 3rd oldest high school in the country. 2nd oldest is Manning's High School, built in 1774. The same year Westwood High School was built. Now on your left, that's another free all-inclusive hotel. We call that the Infirmary. You go there when you lack an appropriate pension plan. But on your right, That's where the cow's milk is transformed into chocolate milk, eggnog, and cherry malt, and Jamaica's favorite ice cream cake. The cake is as round as the top of my cap, but the inside is full of ice cream. One of that is for $12, and I can tell you it's bad to the bone. Do you see there's nothing causing the traffic? But you never see the cold pots. Do you see them? Right here. Making the puddings. So good. Now if you're all friendly, I'll give you a 60-year-old fried chicken recipe. And I promise you, you'll never be the same. We also have a very strong Indian and Chinese mixture in our culture. Now, when a woman is well figured around the back of her body, Jamaicans either am I allowed to teach you? You are told that the lady has a very flirtatious backside or a wicked bumper. I mean, cars and trucks has bumpers, but ladies has bumpers too. They keep us very distracted. Named in his honor. Now, the shift high school goes for 5 hours each shift. The regular high schools go for 8 hours. On your left, this sea beach shoreline, this area is full of seahorses every March. The entire beach bar is full of them. They are not as good looking as the cartoons project. Gentlemen, what do you know about Jamaica's grapes called Guinness? Do you know anything? It cleans your prostate every time you eat one of them. A grape that cleans your prostate. You're gonna try today? So when he came back, there was a new baby. Grandpa died after the 21st baby was born, and it's safe to say Grandpa died of exhaustion. I mean, you're going to America to work 21 years in a row and you're making 21 babies. You have to be exhausted at some point. What does KFC mean to you? And I gave away my nebulizer. The tea works. The other option is honey with blended garlic, a shot of brandy, real Ocho Rios on the left, a shot of brandy, and a cork of eucalyptus oil. Wherever the cold mucus is in your body, you keep spitting it out. No disrespect to Western medicine, but you cannot become a pharmaceutical guinea pig when the Bible tells you that herbs are the healing of the nation. When we are going to Dunsriver, I'll give you the security advice. Or should I give you early? Do you want it now? When you do that, I'll take you to where I hand you over to a guide. You'll be given a guide to take you up the falls, a videographer and a photographer. At the end of the tour, like the driver and myself are working towards it, they rely on tips to survive. It's just how the big players set the system. Or the person's over 50. What do we normally say? After my wife, and she will say, me no want it. And it's over. Yeah, man? Yeah. Now, I know you're laughing. Gentlemen, we are going to agree that water shrinks the body. Am I correct? So, ladies, please make sure that your man's shorts waist is tightly tied. If the water shrinks the body and they lose the shorts, do remember that everybody has a cell phone. It's on eBay for half price. So make sure the shorts waist is tightly tied, because when the men lose the shorts, the wife disappears and reappears at the bus. Ladies, you're laughing, make sure those bra tops are tight. Because any melons or coconuts fall out, remember everybody has a cell phone. Yeah, man? Alright. So, Ocho Rios. The word Ocho Rios means 8 rivers. Ocho Rios. 8 rivers. Now, this town is treated as a capital, but St. Anne's Bay, where the Marcus Garvey High School is, that's the capital that we just passed. People tend to think this is the capital because it has a cruise ship in here. And the borderline between St. Anne and the other parish, St. Mary, you will find Jamaica's 3rd international airport, the Ian Fleming. He wrote the James Bond films, and they named an airport in his honor. A little bit from St. Mary's, Portland, and that's where the movie, The Blue Lagoon, that romantic movie, was filmed. This town, the harbor, has a lot of wild dolphins, most of which came here from South America. They are not kept captive, treated well, so they stay. And where we're taking you now for the 15 minutes, I'm sorry, make that 20 minutes. There are women on board. I'm sorry, I forgot. Ladies need enclosure to free their bladders, while a man can water a tree for free anywhere. So on your left, this is a cruise shipping pier, and they also terminal, and they also export wet sugar and bauxite. Can anyone tell me what wet sugar is? Molasses, and that is rich in vitamin B12. And if somebody takes a lot of drugs, or they have type 2 schizophrenia and their brain cells have been damaged, we give them a soursop leaf tea with a spoon of molasses, which relaxes the nerve cells while it repairs it. Welcome to Ocho Rios. So we are on the main street, and on your left, entrance to the Ocho Rios cruise shipping pier, and those buildings are the first set of hotels built in this country, in this town, sorry, what am I talking about? And these hotels are called Turtle Towers. Now the Indians control duty-free shopping, but they pay taxes and they treat Jamaican fair. The Chinese control the supermarket, they do not. Why do our politicians globally give the Chinese 6 years tax-free? And the average citizen cannot get that. So in this town there are a lot of shopping, gambling, food places, parties. Most things are walkable. That couple that stayed at Jamaica Grand, raise your hands. Okay, now you're going to see it again as the Moon Palace. I can tell you. I hope you plan to go back there one day. What? How long ago? Lord have mercy. Wow. It's good the husband has good memory. So the persons you see selling stuff on the street side, they are trying to create self-employment. That's if you do not have a national skill certificate or you don't have a good education. So on your right is the Bank of Nova Scotia, Jamaica's 2nd largest commercial bank, and it's connected to the Bank of Nova Scotia in Canada. They have local cash ATMs and US cash ATMs. This is a regular post office, and by the way, we have Burger King on the right because we sent home McDonald's. They broke the agreements. Hormone, lettuce, tomato, and chickens, and Jamaica will not have that in our food. Right. It's Gem Palace. When we go in bathrooms or inside, you will see me over the rum tasting and coffee tasting area. Oh, I'm sorry. For those gentlemen who want to give their wife something to smile about again, they have sale on jewelry here today. Yabba dabba do. Come on. This is where you go and get. What I get from this, I am pleased with it because I've learned to satisfy what God gives me. I've learned something from my grandmother who's 105 and it never left my mind. What you have is far more important than what you don't have, because what you have gets you through. You want to hear the other part of it? The crumbs of the bread is still better than none. Bless you. I promise to dance for you once. Say hours. Lord Jesus. Trying to make you wait in 10 hours. That's almost half of a day. Bless